Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are solving Leetcode problem number 187, which is going to be repeated DNA sequence. And I also wanted to say that this question is very important because most often been asked by interviewers. So don't try to skip this question. And I also want to say that here you're going to learn sliding window and as well as string manipulation concepts. So what actually we have to do in this question is that we have a sequence of strings, right? And all you need to do is to return 10 letter sequence substrings that occur more than once in a DNA, and your order of your answer doesn't matter. So what is the intuition that I come up with is that we're going to apply a sliding window approach, and I'm going to take a sliding window of length 10, and I'm going to move this sliding window again and again, and I'm going to check that whether this substring is already been visited or already been seen by us. And if it is not visited, so in that case what I'm going to do, I'm going to add inside my visited set. And if it has been already been visited, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add it inside our answer set. So basically we are also going to take two sets, which is going to be a visited set or answer set. So this is what I'm going to do in this question. So let's take an example and understand it. So I'm going to take this substring, right? Right now we have this substring, right, of length 10. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check that whether this substring is already been visited. So no, it has not been visited, right? So if it has not been visited, so I'm going to add it inside our visited set, right? So which is going to be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this substring is all not been visited, right? So I'm going to add it inside visited. So now what you have to do is to move your sliding window, right? I'm going to move it, okay, select it, and then I'm going to move it. And then again I'm going to check that whether this substring is there in our visited set. So it is not there, so I'm going to add it, which is going to be your 4a, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to get c, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have a. Okay, and now I'm going to move my sliding window again. You have to repeat this process again and again until and unless you didn't get the substring that been already visited. And we know that this substring, this 5 time A and C, 5 times C is already been visited, means it is already been there in our visited set. So what we are going to do in this case, I'm going to add this substring inside my answer, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So because this substring has already been visited, right, means this substring is repeated, so in that case I'm going to add inside our answer. And now we're going to do the same. We get the again the same case that this string is already been visited. If you're going to see over here, yeah, so this string is already been visited, so I'm going to add it inside our answer set. So let's add this also. I'm going to add it, which is going to be your 5 times c, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to move again and again this sliding window, and we're going to notice again and again that whether this substring is already been visited or not. So if it has been visited, so we're going to add it inside our answer, and if it is not, so we're going to add it inside visited. So this is how we have to solve this question. And now let's see the coding part. Okay, so what actually I'm going to do, I'm going to make a two set, right, which is going to be our visited set. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to do a visited set, visited, and I'm going to make it a set, and we have one more set which is going to be your answer set, like this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply a for loop for I in the range, which is going to be your len of s minus 9. So why I'm taking len of s minus 9? Because we're going to move our pointer till over here. Means I'm going to do it, means we're going to move our pointer till over here, right? I'm going to do it here, right? I'm going to move my pointer over here because we're going to increase the length of our sliding window, right? So till here we have to move our I pointer, okay? And now I'm gonna take a sequence which is going to be your, I'm going to take it by slicing of our string, which is going to be from I to I plus 10. And then I'm going to apply if sequence is, or checking, I'm going to check that whether this substring is in our visited. So if it is in visited, so if it is in visited, I'm going to add it inside answer. Because if that substring has already been visited, so I'm going to add it inside answer dot add sequence. And if it has not been visited, so in that case, I'm going to add it inside our visited set. So visited dot add sequence. Okay, and then we'll have to return answer, and that is of list type. So I'm going to return list of answer. This is going to be your like this, and this is how we're going to have to solve this. So let's run this. Okay, and submit this. Awesome. And here we've done this question.